Hello and welcome to Gaming Game. My name is Muzz and I love Halloween. I think it is the best time of year, and whether that is to do with, I don't know, having good times at Halloween, a lot of nostalgia there. I just love it. I try and make it as big a month as possible by doing as much Halloween things as I can. By that I mean like watching like horror films, going to Halloween parties. I've always got two costumes on standby, just in case I get invited to multiple things. I've still yet to be invited to anything this year, but I am hoping, holding out hope that it will happen. It's getting a bit late in the month, but try to stay positive. But anyway, this video is to kind of share what kind of things I do on Halloween in terms of like the media I consume. So movies, TV shows, video games, the ones that I can go back to. I do like to do some new things in Halloween, like watch some new things and take in some new media. But this is the ones that I can kind of always go back to around this time of year and have fun. This is one of my costumes. Yes, that is why I'm dressed up. So the first one, and I was tempted because I'm going to do a video that focuses on more family friendly. I say family friendly, more less scarier stuff, and then I want to do a full blown horror one that is like, yeah, it'll be focused on stuff that is a lot more horror orientated, like you get a little more scared. Whereas this is ones that are kind of a mix, but more like in the Halloween spirit. So the first one is Hocus Pocus. I think it's a quintessential Halloween film in that just the vibes that you get from the film. It's just encapsulates the whole ethos of Halloween in a film. I think very well, and the performances are cheesy. They're great. It's just one that you can go back to year after year, and I don't think it loses its charm. I think it's still got a really good charm when it comes to Halloween. The next one is a bit different in that I was tempted to put it on because there is horror elements in it, but Cabin in the Woods is a fun play on the kind of classic horror Cabin in the Woods genre. There's a lot of twists if you've never seen it before. You might watch a few parts and go, what is actually going on? And then as the story starts to unravel, it becomes clear that there's something very different going on. And the ending, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the ending sequence, some of just the most entertaining ending sequences I've ever seen. Like, don't want to say any more. Don't want to spoil anything that I have planned. Um, Next one is Ash versus the Evil Dead. So this is a TV show. It's the follow up to the Evil Dead films, which we may get on to later. Hold, hold that thought. But yeah, just a great kind of monster TV show. A lot of humor in there as well. A lot of practical effects, a lot of blood, a lot of gore. Um, just again a good one to watch at Halloween, kind of revisit, because it kind of, as I say, if you watch the Evil Dead films, definitely watch Ash vs. Even if you've not, they do a good job of kind of catching you up with the story and showcasing kind of a lot of the Evil Dead spirits that Evil Dead spirit that kind of has kept going throughout the kind of media and the films that have been, well, some of the films which may appear in the horror video. And the next one is Young Frankenstein. It's a film from way back, the 70s. Oh, I don't want to guess, but Gene Wilder's in it, so that's a good start. And it's basically a sequel to Frankenstein, where Frankenstein's grandson kind of takes up his mantle, but it's a lot more played for laughs. Like there's a lot of good jokes in there, and again, it captures the kind of old fashioned like horror kind of monster kind of film where they're trying to bring back the reanimate the dead, and it's done. It's played for laughs, but it's a good one again at this time of year because you've got like the castle on the hill, the old kind of gothic horror that's kind of in there, gothic scenery. It just kind of adds so much to the film and the whole vibe of it for Halloween. We're going to move on to video games now. Costume Quest and Costume Quest 2 are very, very and just enjoyable Halloween games to play. You go around trick or treating. It's a turn-based action kind of game, and it's played for. It's not a difficult game. It's just played for a good time. You basically go through this little village. I believe your brother gets kidnapped or something like that. But you basically go through and you try get as much candy as you can. It's just a great one to play at Halloween times. And again, I could have put this one in horror, but in hindsight, it's probably in line with like a lot of the cheesy kind of horror films that we've seen, and that is Until Dawn. The final sequence is definitely a roller coaster ride, but up until that, it's kind of a classic like cabin in the woods. A lot of young people go there. Stuff starts to happen around the house, and there is some good twists. There is some good twists in there, and ultimately the game is, I believe, a very very good game in terms of the story. The story, I think, grabs you. There's some good characters in there, and you do start to actually realise that the decisions you make do matter depending on who lives and who dies. And it's the best, I think, still the best example of Supermassive's game. They do these sorts of games a lot, where it's kind of a lot of people call them films that you just make a decision in, but this one was I think the pinnacle of it, which is a good thing for Halloween. But the other ones are good as well. Like I've played a few where I think, and they're a bit shorter. This one's a lot longer, and with the remake coming out, it may be a good time to kind of pick it up. The final one, and I had to end on my favourite film of all time, Evil Dead 2. Oh, just what can I say? What can I say about Evil Dead 2? It's a horror comedy, so that's why I put it in the Halloween section. I could put it in both, but definitely I think it's one that a lot of people need to see. Like the classic Cabin in the Woods a lot of Cabin in the Woods here, but this one is slightly different in that the performance by Bruce Campbell as Ash is just like fantastic. The slapstick humour that is in there, as well as some really good kind of horror elements. The practical effects are fantastic. Just learning about how they actually shot some of the scenes is really, really interesting when you go back and watch them. And yeah, it's just one of my favourite films. It's my favourite film. Like I love it. I'll always go back to it at Halloween, always watch it just because it's got so much entertainment value, and I believe it is one of the quintessential, I've said that a few times now, but I think quintessential Halloween films is The Evil Dead 2. So let me know what you think. They're just a few suggestions. I didn't want to make an extensive list and let this video go on for a while. And as I said, I'm going to make a horror one that focuses more on the scarier media that I kind of watch around this time of year. But let me know what kind of Halloween films, movies, TV shows, films and movies are the same thing. I realise that, but I just wanted to make sure you understand what I'm asking. Games like that you play at this time of year, and if I've not tried any or I've not watched any, I'll maybe give it a bash. So with all that being said, all that's left to say is happy Halloween, and any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.